All right, guys, welcome back to another episode here on the Dividend Doggo channel on YouTube. This week, we're going to be talking about the crazy gains this week across the board. Some dividend stocks that I purchased this past week, and we're going to see like what the size of those positions were and see how things are going to project forward for the future. So I'm going to share a couple different things here, but first off, I want to go over, this was a relatively green week ending up for the week of, what was this, March 13th was the end of the market, or sorry, March 12th was the last trading day, Friday. And yeah, so 14K up this week. You can see the numbers changed pretty significantly from last week, both because of money that I contributed, but you can see I've got a pending buy order for Monday morning, and we've got some pretty substantial gains across consumer, utilities, healthcare was up, even real estate was up this past week. It's pretty amazing. The consumer side was primarily driven by Mo. Mo is just taken off. I know a lot of people don't like this stock because it's alcohol and tobacco, and soon, hopefully, with marijuana legalizing, they'll also be in that market as well. But this stock has just grown phenomenally since I've started purchasing it pretty significantly there. You can see the average price was $39.50, and it's up to $48.65. I would be ecstatic to see this go up over the $50 point for price, but the main reason to hold this is the dividend. Right now, if you were to buy this stock, you would be getting a dividend of 6.78%. So my yield on cost is somewhere, I want to say around 7.2%, which is just a phenomenal position. This has just grown. Like, if I switch to overall, this is 10,000 in market gain and, almost $3,000 in earned dividends. That's a pretty significant return for a high yielding dividend stock. I don't know if it'll stay up like that, but it's looking very, very good right now. So that mainly carried the consumer staples there. I want to get some more Home Depot shares in this year. I'd really like to boost this up over 10K. That's one of my kind of short to midterm goals for 2021. But as you can see, Vistra came in pretty strong this week. It was down pretty significantly last week, and overall it is barely down. It's in the red by $351. I suspect that it's going to be green on Monday because the ex-dividend date is the 16th, so that means Monday is the last trading day if you want to get in that beautiful dividend of 15 cents a share. And that's going to be an amazing payment when that comes through, because that comes through this month. It goes X on the 16th, and it pays out, I believe, on the 31st of March. I believe my payment is slated to be right around $800 for that. So overall, very strong week, ending out going into the midpoint for March. Everything's looking pretty solid overall with the portfolio, and I'm loving seeing this earned dividends just grow. I'm hoping it's going to hit 20,000 by the end of the month this month. That'll be pretty phenomenal to see that come through. I think it'll get really close. And I use a tool, Propeller, to track and kind of see when X dates are and see when payments are coming in. And I'm going to showcase that a little bit here. There's another tool that's being developed by Joseph Carlson on YouTube that is called Qualtrim. And that tool is going to do something very similar to Propeller, but hopefully it will be a little bit more in-depth and easy to input your stocks into and track everything for year on year. Propeller just kind of projects a 1-year model. So I'm going to bring you into that. And hopefully you can see this here. So this is what Propeller looks like. This is a tool off of Dividend.com. You can sign up to test this. It's in beta right now. It's mypropeller.com. And I love this because of the just kind of scale look over the course of the future 1 year point. And I love the way that the green bars fill up as the dividends are declared. As you can see for March, everything is declared, meaning that it's pretty much a guaranteed if you own the stock before the X date, you get to collect the money. So yeah, I will hit the 20K in earned dividends this month, as we've still got $1,480 to be paid out for March 2021. You can see some of these payments. I like to line up by the payment date so you can see what's coming in. We've got NEE, we've got O, Stag, those all come in on the 15th. Duke is coming in, ABR. Then a new position that I just went into is CIX. So this is a parts, it's an industrial company. They do a lot of locks and digital safes and all kinds of industrial equipment. I went pretty ham on this on the 11th. This was just before the stock went ex-dividend. This is a very low volume trading stock, but it does yield. They raised the dividend. I believe it's right up over 5% right now. And this position got me just under 1,000 shares at 977, almost 978 shares. So I have some pretty high conviction on this stock, just based upon the fact that the majority of the shares are held by one entity or one family. They own the majority of this company, and I think that's a really interesting thing. It does mean getting out of the stock because of the way that M1 trades. It will be a little bit difficult because it has to do market buys and you can't set limits. However, the price point for the quality that this stock is pretty solid in my opinion, and I'm really liking it. So that was my big buy last week. I did have another purchase on the 8th, which was some more shares of Vistra. This was just before their ex-dividend date is tomorrow, Monday. It's actually 12:03, so it's actually the 16th. Today, Monday, is your last chance to get in to collect the dividend on this one. So those were my purchases. You can see the dividends rolling in here, and 3M is just a quality industrial company. I'll probably own this for all of my life. Target paid out, Microsoft paid out, UPS paid out, Chevron paid out. I should have bought a lot more of this last year. I feel kind of silly because I didn't. And then J&J also paid out last week. Southern Company and Amgen also. So I try to roll the dividends back in relatively quickly to get those dollars to work as quick as possible. So that's kind of one of my strategies that we were just discussing tonight. That I love the idea of getting those dollars to work as quick as possible. But one of the strategies is to save up some of the dividends and then snowball them into a good buying value opportunity. So there's a few payers that are coming in still for this month. I'm pretty excited with this. May is going to be my largest payment for 2021, as where February was my largest. May is going to roll around and get even stronger because I bought some more shares of AbbVie, and we're going to be rolling in more dividends over the next 2 months, and some of those companies are going to pay out in May. So this is basically just the brief overview of the tool. It gives you your total payment, how many shares you have, what the dividends per share are for the quarter, what the ex-dividend date is, the dividend type, and the security for the stock, if it's a fund or something like that, it would change and show something else there. Then it shows you the status showing that that's been declared. That means you're guaranteed you're getting that payment. It's coming through. So yeah, we have LMT paying out. I've been buying some of this. I want to buy more. I just think this is a quality company. And Home Depot is also paying out. That's another one I want to build up for the rest of the year and get some more cash going into that. So I hope you appreciate the clarity and the view into how I kind of track and look at how my dividends are coming in, and then when the X dates are, and making sure that if I am going to buy something, I'm not waiting till just after the X date if I want to try to get those dividends and get them back to work. It does mean if you're buying around the X dividend date or just before it, that they're not going to be qualified and you're going to pay taxes on them. But for me, I just love seeing that number roll up, and keep raising how much every year forward. You're raising those dividends and earning more and more is just fuel to the fire that is dividend investing. So thank you for tuning in for this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. And if you have any questions for me, you can drop them on the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. It's all greatly appreciated. And the music in the background was brought to us by Harris Heller and Stream Beats via Spotify. And have a great week. Be safe. Get all your investments in place and continue growing them dividends. Dividend Doggo out.